SwoleBenji here. I'm going to teach you how to make ASUNA from Sword Art Online in Lost Ark, but before I do that, someone else already attempted this. It is the Lost Ark official Twitter account. They made a video where they make an elf kind of character, a mage, give them orange hair, brown, orange eyes, and then they named the character, where is it? Hold on. They named the character ASUNA. Alright, so I think we can do way better than that, okay? And I'm going to show you the finished product, and then I'm going to show you how to build it yourself in two different versions, okay? So here we go. This is the younger version of ASUNA, which would be 17 years old, which matches with the anime, right? But if you don't feel comfortable playing a child-looking character, and that's totally fine, you can play this... Hold on, wrong one. You can play this adult version here, slightly more mature, slightly more older, but not too old, of course. So I'm going to walk you through the process on how to make this, and to make the adult version, it's very simple. You just skip a bunch of steps, and so we're going to go ahead and start with the child version. So what you're going to do is, of course, you're going to roll the assassin class to play the Death Blade, because that's what ASUNA would actually be in a game like this. She is a melee fighter, not so much a spellcaster, which I don't know what they're doing on Twitter, but anyway, the point is I'm going to teach you how to make this character right, okay? And you could use, more modest outfit. It doesn't really matter what outfit you pick. It's just to show off the hair and stuff. So, first things first, you're going to go to the quick right here. Click this second row all the way to the right face. Then you're going to click the face icon at the top. Then you're going to click this bottom left one. Then you're going to click Advanced Face Settings. Now, this step is the step you will skip if you want the more mature version of ASUNA, okay? So this is the kid version. Skip this part entirely if you want the more adult version. Alright, so to do that, we're going to first change the eyeballs. Just change the sliders how you see it on screen. Go ahead and pause the video if you want. It's totally fine. Match the sliders to what I have on the screen. And you could change this a bit if you want, if you don't like the way the eyes look. Then you have the eyebrows. Very simple slider mechanics. Then the cheeks. Again, this is for youth. If you want her to look older, you can change the cheeks. The chin. Now, I didn't change the jaw too much here because I actually had an image prepared for this video that I lost. I didn't save it. I spent like 3 hours making it to show the actual comparison to the anime characters, like side profile and front profile and all this stuff. And I lost it, so I don't have that to show you. But this matches her facial profile with her jaw, with her chin, exactly as the anime portrays it. Alright, so the nose, again, all sliders to the left to show youth, and then the mouth all the way to the right to make it more youthful again. Hair is pretty simple, right? You're going to pick this hairstyle right down here. It is the fourth row down and then fourth from the left, okay? And I'm going to explain what we're going to do with the hair color here, and again, I had an image prepared, but I lost it, okay? You're going to select two-tone, alright? And then you're going to click hair color, and you're going to match as close as you can to this ID number. Use this brightness slider, just kind of put the circle right there. And if you were to take ASUNA's hair from the anime in a regularly lit scene of the anime, and use an like a color dropper tool to get the color code, this is very close to it, very close to the exact color of the anime. Okay, that's why we're using that color. Now you're using two-tone, and the reason you're going to use two-tone is to give her hair a little bit more color, because if you use default, you can see that it's a little more faded at the bottom, and it kind of looks, it's not as good looking. So this gives it a little bit more color. It looks like it actually gave more color than it should. I'm just gonna hit load. There we go. Okay, so two-tone, regular, and then two-tone. I don't know what changed that. Anyway, now for additional hair color, you're going, this is on two-tone mode. This, again, match this ID color. Now, again, this is the closest color you can match to the actual anime if you use a color dropper tool in like Photoshop. Alright, then change intensity all the way. Now what intensity does is, this is actually viewable in the, if you Google ASUNA's image right now, you can see that there's like a shimmer in her hair, and that's what this intensity slider does. So if I take it away, the shimmer goes away, but if I run it all the way back to the right, you can see the shimmer in her hair, and again, it's visible in the anime. Alright, so extent, you want to move that all the way down. And then, of course, make sure you have a check mark, two-tone advanced settings, and then just kind of have it set the way I do here. Now, length 1 is the bangs in the front here. We don't need to change the color of that. It really doesn't do anything. I played with it for a while. I've been at this for like 3 hours, guys. That's how obsessed I am. Now, length 2, this gives the bottom a little bit more color. Again, this is no color, and then this is slightly good color, right? So that's what you're going to stick with. I'm just going to load it just to be safe because it bugged out earlier. Now let's move on to eyeballs. So for eyes, now the iris, that makes her eyeballs really big or really tiny, like she's spooky, like you're spooky mode, like, oh my god, I saw a ghost, and then here's like, oh, I'm like tripping on drugs, right? So we don't want that. So just keep this default, just don't touch it. Simple as, right? Now eye color, you obviously want healthy eyeballs, so you want as close to as pearly white as possible. So put the circle here, brightness all the way up. You should get all Fs on your ID color, easy to get. Now iris color, again, this matches as best as we can to the anime because her eyes are pretty complexly drawn, especially in the newer versions like Area of a Starless Night. If you've seen that in the theaters, I have a review on my channel if you're curious. Just kind of match this. It's the closest we can really get, okay? Now you're going to use this second style here from the top row, and that's going to match her art style as best as you can. And of course, opacity all the way up. Now let's move on to skin color. Now this, I've tried all different skin colors, and what I end up doing is just using the Photoshop color dropper tool and getting her skin color from just still images on Google. And this is the closest I could get to it, so it's about something like this. And that gives her skin some, you know, a healthy color. It's not like sickly vampire white. Okay, now you want to turn intensity all the way down to match. Now, you could turn this up if you want. This just gives you a shiny plastic glow. Like, here's intensity all the way up. Look, it looks like she's greasy, like she's sweating, or she's a plastic Barbie doll, right? But if you turn intensity all the way down, then it's gone. So I think this looks better. And you can also test it out in other scenes, like we can test it outdoors with lighting. And you can see that when we add intensity, you can't really notice much, especially in the outdoors. But if you do like a nighttime scene, you can definitely notice the shininess. So it's up to you. Do you want like a shiny nose and shiny lips? Some scenes it makes the characters kind of glow. It's up to you though. Like here's the beach scene. Again, this is with sunlight, some blue in the back. You can kind of see the shininess. I just keep it all the way down. And then of course, ASUNA does not have freckles in the anime ever. So there is no reason to ever add freckles. But this is what it would look like if you did. Woo! I don't know, some people are into that. Okay, let's move on to special. This is where it gets a little more complicated, okay? So let's talk about the makeup real quick, okay? So eyebrow color in the anime, it's about the same color as her hair. In some scenes, in others, it's a little darker. It really depends. My girlfriend's cat just puked. Gross. Okay, so let's, this is the color of most scenes in the anime. Using the Photoshop dropper tool I talked about earlier, just match this best you can. It's a little harder to do, but again, it's just copying the anime, right? Alright, so eyes, we're going to use the bottom, the last choice for makeup style. You're going to set your opacity all the way down, brightness just completely empty in the middle. This changes your ID to all zeros. This is pure black, okay? This is how we get the eyeliner around her eyeball, right? And you don't want eyeshadow because eyeshadow makes it it doesn't match the anime. You just turn that off. All right, blush, she doesn't have blush. Lips, just use the default. Make sure to turn opacity all the way down so there's no goofy colors. Like this is what it would look like if you gave her lipstick. It's just stupid, so just don't do it. Alright, and then I'm going to safety load just to make sure I don't screw this up because this took so long to make. Now, the tattoo part is pretty complex here. You're going to click the basic move tab, then you're going to click this at the bottom. It's a tattoo of a pair of lips. Okay, you're going to make the tattoo color completely black, and then you're going to change the sliders exactly to how I have set. It's a little hard, but I can show you why you use this tattoo. The tattoo is actually her eyeliner to get her eyeliner to match that of the animes. Alright, so if I move it down, you can see it right here. It's just a tattoo, it's mirrored, and then you put it near her eyeballs, and that's how we get that eyeliner effect. So I'm going to go ahead and load this again so I don't mess this up. Alright, and then finally, you can choose whichever voice you like. Because I'm playing as the young version, I'm using voice 4, which is the youngest sounding one. But if you wanted to play the more mature version, the more adult, a little more grown-up version, then you could use voice type 1 for the more mature voice. It's up to you. But there you go, guys. That is how you make ASUNA in Lost Ark. I think we upstaged the Twitter poster of the official account, and I think we did a pretty good job. So what do you think? Now, this is the longest hair you could possibly get with the little braid going over the ear, which is the classic ASUNA, style, right? In the early animes, her hair's down to her butt, and then later on, as the show goes on, it's down to her knees, and then I think in the last one, which is it Alicization War of the Underworld? I don't know if I got that right, but it's down to her calves, okay, when she's playing the avatar of goddess Stacia. So there's no hair like that in the game, so you have to do with slightly shorter, you know, about the middle of the back. But yeah, there you go. That is ASUNA from Sword Art Online in Lost Ark, and that would be the Deathblade or the Assassin class. And of course, you would play it as a Deathblade, but you can play it as whatever you want. It's fine. I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. If there's an anime character that you're interested in making in Lost Ark and you want my help, then let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll give a crack at it if it's something I'm into. Okay. I'll see you in the next video. Videos every single day. Take care, lads.